Okay, the first thing we are going to discuss about Tetademic School Management System is the syllabus change. So as a teacher, you're given a syllabus, and here you can have your syllabus in your portal. So this is how you do it. As a teacher, if you've gone to a class to teach a particular topic in a subject, so you go to your portal, you go to your scheme of work, you can pick that class, the subject, and you can verify that you've actually taken the subject in that class, you've taught the student the subject by clicking on this confirm thought. So it doesn't end. They will need the class captain or the assistant also to log into their portal, since they are the students. They'll be the one they will see a menu called verify lesson. So they'll verify that truly you came to their class and you took that particular topic. So this is when the admin or the parents would confirm that, okay, you told us you've taken this topic, and the student also has verified that you've taken this topic. So the admin logs into their portal and check, with this they'll be able to track every teacher, letting you know if you're actually lacking in any topic you're supposed to take. So the admin go to the scheme of work and they can fetch by class, they can fetch by subject. So once they view the scheme of work, they will see exactly that topic that you've verified that you've taught. And also the parent they have their portal as well, and they can also verify this. Once they log into their portal, they will go to their scheme of work. They go to the scheme of work and they'll see a list of everything the child is supposed to learn for that term. So if they scroll down, they'll see that particular topic. So with this, they can ask their children questions before they get home. So secondly, that we'll discuss is the lesson note generation. Yeah, the lesson note. Here we use our structured and trained AI agents to generate professional and Nigeria accepted lesson notes. So how do you do that? Before you generate your lesson note, make sure you have your syllabus written in your portal. So that should be given to you by your school administration. So you can go to your scheme of work or syllabus, whichever you call it. Then you pick the one you want to generate lesson note for, what we call lesson plan here. You click on the edit button. And just like me, make sure you have probably a notepad opened. Then you can copy the topic, subtopic, and the objective course. These things are what we use in the lesson plan generation. So you go to your lesson plan and curriculum menu, click on the lesson plan, then you see add lesson plan button. Click on that button, then you fill the form starting from the subject, class, and the class. Then the topic is required, you need to fill it. The subtopic is not required, but if you have a subtopic, you fill the subtopic, and after that your objective is actually required, because the AI agent is going to structure the lesson note based on the objective that you've given to it. Then after that, pick your date that's required, then pick the week. We have week 1 to 14 in school, so pick the week and go through it, make sure everything is okay. Click on generate with AI, and in 5 to 10 seconds the structured lesson note will be generated. So after this has been generated, you can just go through it. You can go through it and edit it if there are things you really need to edit. And if you are through, you click on what? You click on the save button and your lesson note will be saved. So you can actually go back there again. You see a 3 hamburger menu. Click on it in case you can't read it properly in the first modal, so you can read it properly here. Everything from the behavioral objectives to your methodology to the entry behavior, lesson notes, the evaluation, classwork, and the assignment. So that is all about generating lesson notes without structured AI. Another thing we're going to talk about here is assessment generation, where you can use our structured AI agent to generate both objective and theory questions for your test and examination. So how do you do this? As a teacher, you log into your portal and go to your lesson plan. Make sure you have enough lesson plan, because this AI agent is going to generate questions based on the lesson plan you have in your lesson plan. So you go to your lesson planning and curriculum, click on the AI assessment generation, and you would see a little bit of configuration where you can pick your class and subjects. You will see the lesson note for that class and subject to be fetched. Then you can control how many percent of the questions, how many percentage of the question will come from your lesson note and how many from the AI knowledge. So you do that, you pick the number of questions, you pick the difficulty, how many marks per question, and you click on generate button. This is going to take around 5 to 10 seconds to generate a structured objective question for you. You can read this. If you want to regenerate, you see the regenerate button there. You click on that and it's going to regenerate the questions. If you are through, you export this as CSV that you can actually open with your Microsoft Excel application, or you can save this to our assessment. We'll talk about that later. Now to generate for the theory, you go to the same thing, lesson plan, AI assessment generation. You pick your class subject. It's gonna fetch the lesson notes. You pick the slide, how many percent you want to come from the lesson notes. But here, instead of picking objective only, you pick theory only. So you put the marks per question. You pick how many questions you want. If there is a paragraph, probably English language, put a paragraph. It's gonna generate questions for that paragraph. You pick the difficulty and you click on generate assessment. So it's a matter of 5 to 10 seconds. It's going to generate the assessment, and you'll be able to see, like we have here, question 1A, question 1B, question 1C. Now this question comes with a model answer. So this model answer will be used in marking, in grading this, which can also be done with our AI agent. So if you don't want the question, you can regenerate it to switch the question. If you're okay with it, you can export it as PDF. You can save it as CSV, to have it in Excel, and you can also save directly from here to your test or examination question directly from if you click on the save assessment, but we'll discuss about that later. So another thing we'll talk about here is the assessment grading. Now let's assume we've generated the I'm not even talking about objective, we generated the theory questions. All right, so how do we grade this question? It's been difficult for any school system management to grade the question, but here at Tetademics, yes, we have one in all theory question marker. It's going to grade your question. So let's just create a demo examination for English first to see how this works. All right, so I'll be creating this demo test. Then I'm going to add questions to this. I'm going to add questions to this examination that I created. Alright, so I have my question copied and there's my sticky note here, so I'm just going to rush that from question 1 to question 5. So I'm going to put the question the model answer. So this is going to use the model answer to grade the question. We're not necessarily 100% relying on the answer though. So once we are done, we have the 5 questions. So the next I'm going to do is assign this examination to a class. So I won't be assigning it to all class. I'm just going to pick a student. So we'll use this student as an example. Excuse me. So I'm going to pick Zainab Umar. Right. I'm going to assign her. So the last thing here is to activate the examination. So you're going to see the green play button, which is going to activate. So let's switch to the student portal and let's see the student answering the question. So I'll go to my assessment, and I'll answer these questions. I'll answer most of maybe half of the question wrong, so we can see the AI grader at work. So I'm just going to switch this from question 1 to question 5. I don't want to take all the time, so I'm just going to do question 1 here, and I'll pause the video and I'll move to question 5, so it doesn't take every of our time in answering the question. But I'm going to answer most of the question right and a little bit of it wrong, so as to see the correction the AI is going to give us. So this is me answering question 1 now. I'm just going to switch to the last question, which is question 5. All right, this is question 5. So let's answer these 2 questions. Okay, this last question, then I'm going to submit the assessment. Okay, let's submit the assessment. So now it has been submitted. As you can see, we switch back to the teachers portal. I'm going to reload this page. So then I'll go to the enter marks, /view scores. You see there's no score here, so I'm going to click on the grade assessment. So to tell me, did I want to grade this assessment? I'll click yes. Then I'm going to wait for it. You can see I've added 5 answers to the background course. There were actually 5 questions, so let's wait a little bit. It is going to grade the assessment, and it will tell us that it is done grading. So after done grading, as you can see, it's going to reload the page, and you can see this person got 58.2. So it's not about the marks. Let's see the AI feedback. You can actually pause this video to read the feedback, so you'd realize how effective this is. This is not just a guesswork. It's not just a guesswork, all right? So the AI is trained intricately to mark theory questions. So with this, you don't have any problem with marking both objective and theory question just on your single school management system. All right, so that's that for now. Now let's talk about the next feature, which is inbuilt AI tutor. Now let's assume there's a class and your class is 45 minutes. you have a lot of students, and some students, they don't have access to asking questions. Probably some of them are shy or they don't have enough time. So that is why we had AI tutor. That's why we incorporated AI tutor. What this does is that it's going to fetch your lesson plan, right? Then you can pick one of those lesson plans. Like I'm going to pick informal letter. This is the lesson plan for informal letter. Now, one question that I was unable to ask in class is, what's the main difference between informal letter and formal letter? Since I don't have that time, or I'm too shy to ask in class, I can just go to my AI tutor, ask the question, and it's just going to give me exactly what I'm supposed to know about differences between. So you can see we have purpose, we have tone, we have structure. This is everything you need as a student, right? So in case you don't have access to question in class, you can just get home, pick your portal. It's useful for you anyway, then you answer. Now, mind you, if you ask questions that are not related to this particular stuff, this particular topic, it is not going to answer you. We've structured it to the extent that it's not going to derail. It will answer questions that are not related to the topic. Now, I'm asking questions about English Premier League match, and it's telling me who. I'm happy to help you, but I have to remind you that we are currently discussing the topic of informal letter in English. You understand? It's going to reject asking that question. This is to say that the AI is safe. All right. The next feature we are going to talk about is the finance feature. This is just for the super admin to know what is going on financially in the institution, right? So the super admin have access to this, so they can just go to their finance and accounting. They go to the accounting submenu. Now there are a lot of things there, but I'll just be talking about the dashboard, the chart of accounts, the balance sheet, the trial balance, and the ledger. I won't talk deeply on that. All right, I won't talk deeply on that. So this is the dashboard. This is what you see on the dashboard. It's just like, a place where you see most of stats about what you have in your school. And the next page here is the chart of accounts. This is where you can create your own personal chart of accounts. You can create something about invoice, about income, about expenses. It's just like a group of accounts. So this is your balance sheet. You can generate your balance sheet and check if your sheet is balanced. But they actually mod this if you're using it. So after the balances, we have your trial balance and we have the ledger as well. This is the ledger where you can check information about a particular kind of account. Now I'm checking about cash. I'm going to pick cash from 23rd of February to ending of April, and you're going to see everything we've done with cash. If you want to see everything about expenses and about everything, you see that. So after that, we have our finance auditing. Now this is just an AI auditing feature that is going to go through all your finances for a particular period. Then it's going to give you a summation of what is going on. So if I go to finance and accounting, income and expense, I'm going to see AI finance audit. So I can just pick a particular term. Then if I want a date, I can pick a date, but I'm just going to leave it at time. I'm going to click on run AI audit, and you can see you can pause the video to read. It will tell you what is going on in your school. Probably you're having too much of income, too much of expenses, you're having things that are not really working. It's just going to give you everything. So that's that about that. And second to the last, we have role-based security. Now this is a tight security where everything is role-based. For instance, you can see this is the super admin, this is their menu. The teacher menu is actually different from the super admin. They don't have access to the super admin menu. Then we have another one, which is the accountant. What the accountant sees is different from what every other person sees. You can see their dashboard. And after the accountant, we have the receptionist. Receptionist also, they have a different role. They have different dashboard, different menu. We have the librarian also. They have different menu. Then after this, we have the students, of which the student dashboard is even different. Even it's different from their parents' dashboard, although their dashboard are almost similar. But there are things that are different. So that is role-based security. And there are a lot of things that we can discuss here. We have our QR attendants that send email and SMS messages. We have the report card. As you can see, this is just a beautiful modern report card. We have the ID card generation. There are a lot of features that we don't even want to talk about. We only discussed about features that are unique to Tetademic. Those are the features we discussed about. So all features around about your timetable, your class, everything is there. So if you are really interested, please do give us a call, and we'll always get back to you. Thanks for watching.